Alright, it's October 15th. It's about 4:45. And I was able to sneak in here without scaring this doe over here. I had a doe over in this other food plot over here, about 50 yards away. And I came through this grass, and I made an entrance into this tree right here. I had to stand at the bottom of the tree, and she went back into the bedding area and probably laid down. So she'll probably come back out again, but cold front moved in here in Iowa last night, and it was like 70 something yesterday, and it's only I think about 50, 52 degrees here today. Got a really good northwest wind, which is blowing it back towards my house. This is day number 6, and we're halfway through the month. So a cold front like this could really get a big boy up and moving, so I'm pretty excited about tonight. I think I'm going to see some deer. Hopefully I can see a shooter buck, and he'll work through here like most of the deer do. But I'm going to put my face mask on tonight, because I could have deer as close as 10 feet away.
Alright, so as the night went along, I think I had 8 does and fawns come out into this bigger food plot, and they all basically in a single file line came up past this cedar tree that I'm sitting in, just kind of how I designed this food plot. So it worked out perfect. And then after they all worked through, had a couple bucks come out, and after they were out there for probably 10 or 15 minutes, I looked down, and about 15 feet away was the garden buck. So I'm not even sure where this buck came from. He came from the south, where the house is, so I don't know if he came through the tall grass and kind of wrapped around, but this is the same buck that I had an encounter with. I think it was on day 4 or 5, my first morning hunt, and I passed him up in the woods. But I think this deer is only 3 years old, and honestly, as long as I've been hunting, it's just not something I want to shoot at this point. I know there's bigger bucks in the area, so I elected to pass him again and just enjoy the encounter. And hopefully, as the season goes on, we'll pick up some bigger bucks. So I think this deer has a lot of potential. He pretty much lives on my property. I mean, I'm sure he goes off, but he's literally out there every day. And so being that he's a homebody, I think I'm going to just hope that he makes it through the season and then blows up next year.
guys. Got a snow this morning, or last night. It's just tapering off. And I'm gonna try to get down here in this woods. Just slowly work my way down in there and find a tree to climb up, so. Might bump some deer, but they come over here and bed down mid-morning, so. About 9 o'clock and I just crawled up into the tree. I came out about 8:30, now about 8:15 with my climber and all my gear, and I snuck down into the east side of our property where I know deer bed and stuff. I've been seeing deer over here. And I wasn't even quite set up, and I had a pretty nice 8-pointer come out in the food plot, and then I can just see my food plot, and then he came down in here, and I was clanking around, and he just kind of turned and went back. But this weather should definitely have the deer up on their feet, so I'm just gonna sit in here for a couple hours and see what happens. An awesome morning, man. It's about 20 to 10. I tell you what, if this was 10 days from now, I would probably sit all day. Actually, there's a buck out in the food plot right now.
Alright guys, so this day's 7 hunt was a hunt where I went out after it was already light in the morning, got in the tree about 9, hunted till about 10:45, 11 o'clock, and it actually was a pretty good hunt. I had 2 encounters. One was a pretty decent 8-pointer, probably wouldn't have shot him, and then this other buck came in after I grunted at him as he was out in the food plot. But I appreciate you guys watching. Stay tuned. I think I'm going to bring you another small property project, and the first deer kill that I ever had on my property. But like I said, I know this isn't super exciting stuff. I promised I would bring my entire season to you. So until next time, we'll catch you on the next video.